Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Mohawk. I'm Melissa Raftis.
And I'm Rob Peace. Well, February's midway through, and while it's been good to us, the winter so far, we haven't had that much snow, it's still pretty chilly out there, and I'm getting a little tired of it.
Yeah, it always gets a little depressing around this time of year, but where it isn't so cold is out in BC where they're having the Olympics,
Yes,
where they'd expect it. But I guess that really hasn't stopped Canada from winning another gold last night.
No, apparently not. Maëlle Ricker made all Canadians proud yesterday by bringing home a gold medal in
the snowboard cross.
Yes, that's
right. It's a pretty exciting race. She was way ahead of everyone else, and I think a lot of Canadians were pretty proud. Our roaming reporter, Kyle McGowan, happens to be out in BC, I think. I think he's in Whistler on a little bit of a pre-spring break. Is that where he is?
Is he still there? Because I thought that he went to Cancun already.
Oh. Well, I also heard that he wanted to go to Cuba, so...
We really don't know where Kyle is right now.
He's a wanderer. We'll have to check in with him to find that out later on in the show. We also have CanPro Corner coming up for you today with Cecil MacArthur, who incidentally looks a lot like Kyle.
It's very strange.
I wonder if they're related.
We're going to have to employ some investigative journalism and see if we can uncover this scoop. But also, first on the show, we are going to be joined by a professor of engineering at Mohawk College to take a look at the annual popsicle bridge building contest.
Paul Cronkwright is an engineering prof here, as you said. He's also known as Captain Crunch, and he heads this popsicle stick building contest. So he's going to be bringing in a couple bridges for us, I think, to take a look at, maybe show us how to do those. So we can look forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll find out why they call him Captain Crunch. From what I hear, he's been undefeated so far in the competition.
We'll see if we'll see if we can do any better. You think we can?
We're about to find out.
Well,
I hope so.
Let's take a look at what the contest is all about. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Captain Crunch, and it's crunch time! Another one bites the dust. That's crazy! Well, look at that! Broken, smashed, and finished!
Well, crunch, break and fly, gonna make you cry. Crunch, break and fly, gonna make you cry. Gonna crush those bridges, keep you wondering why.
I think we should go home.
Welcome back. Well, the captain is with us in the studio, Paul Cronkwright, engineering technology instructor here at the college, and he's going to be explaining his brainchild, this contest, to us today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how this all got started.
Well, it's hard for me to believe that it was almost 23 years ago that we got underway with this, and it came as an idea through Professor Peter Olnick, who came to see me, and Peter and I have been friends for quite a number of years prior to Mohawk, and we thought this would be a fabulous way to have the students learn and have fun at the same time. So the bridge competition is developed from that idea. We held the first two in my lab down in A-Wing, pardon me, and it progressed to the gym, and it's been fabulous ever since.
So tell us about the bridges that you brought in here.
It's hard to believe that these were actually made from popsicle
I know,
sticks.
this doesn't look like popsicle sticks at all.
Well, the important thing here for the students to understand, and they do because when they buy the kit, they get the sticks, the glue, and the instructions in there, which tells them how big it should be, and they can only use our glue and our sticks. That's the rules. Those are the rules, and they have to stick to those rules because then everything's on a common playing field. If they use different sticks, different glue, then it's not the same.
I'm going to dump this out here, this little
no,
kit.
don't dump it out.
I won't.
Don't dump it
I'll
out.
gingerly toss it out. We'll just see how many sticks we actually get here. It's not that many, really.
Not really.
No.
They can get extra sticks if they need them.
Do you lose points or anything?
No. The restrictions are the size of the bridge, the width, it has to fit into a testing jig, so this length is absolutely critical. The depth is critical also. They can go narrower if they want, but they have to use our sticks and glue, and it has to fit in there so that we can actually test it.
Now this one here, were there any extra sticks required here?
I would think probably.
Yeah.
But the weight, what I was coming up to was that the weight is critical. There's a maximum weight because it's weight is the enemy with this. The problem here is that if you over the weight, you're disqualified. You have to be that weight or less. And because it's a weight to load ratio. We weigh every single bridge, and once they're weighed, then we enter them on a data sheet, and then we test them in. It doesn't matter what order we test them in, but it's a weight is a problem. Weight is the enemy, as I like to put it.
That's pretty light.
It is pretty
bridge.
light.
And now, is this an award-winning bridge?
No, this particular one isn't. I brought this one particularly because it had a unique shape to it. It was finished a little more than this one. You can see the difference here. This one would be tested like this. This is a true truss, where you can see the main shapes here are triangles, so that when you load it up, it's pushing on these joints and connections. So some of them are trying to pull apart, some of them are trying to compress, and it's important that every single stick they use here is doing something to entertain the strength of the bridge.
Nothing is just for show.
Nothing is for show. I've seen a few for show, and they look cool, but they don't hold up.
They crumble.
They crumble.
So why do they call you Captain Crunch? We saw there in your video that you enjoy breaking these bridges.
I love it.
Is that true?
I love it. This has been a fun thing for me for all these years, and I know the students enjoy it. We've never had a competition where they haven't had fun, and the winner, they're all winners, but there's only really one winner, and that's me.
Undefeated thus far.
Undefeated.
So it's not just Mohawk students that can do this either. It's
No.
also high school students. There's a competition for high school students.
We
as
have a
well?
separate competition on Tuesday night for the high school, and we entertained this a few years back and thought, wouldn't it be great to get these high school students interested in this? And of course, the whole idea is to get them interested in Mohawk College, whether it's in the engineering or the media, media studies.
Well, it's great. How are the high school students' popsicle stick
Actually,
bridges?
it's amazing.
Yeah?
Initially, for the first 2 or 3 years, it was pretty, they weren't with it, but now they're with it. And some of them are doing really, really well. Really
The
well.
high school students are eligible for prizes as well?
Yeah.
In their competition, yes. And we have outside sponsors that have been sponsoring this event for a number of years now, and it's not just the money. I know it's always good to win and to have first place, but it's what you're learning here, how these things work and why we build them in certain ways and why all these connections are critical to the strength of the overall bridge. And you can see this one is a true truss. This one is built down the side, so the loading can actually go against the side of the testing jig, which helps a little bit.
Okay, well, Paul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be back after this.